2021. What a crazy year. Who thought it could have actually got worse than 2020? But here we are. So if you, like so many other Americans, found yourself being the brand new owner of a Sea-Doo or a boat to try to take advantage of the outdoors, had a great summer, and then brought your 2010 Sea-Doo in at the end of the year to be taken care of by the dealer, only to find out that they won't touch anything older than 10 years old, or even worse, they'll touch it, but $150 an hour, and a job that takes about a half an hour costs you $400. Pretty crazy, right? So today we're going to look at the 2010 to 2012 era of the supercharged skis, removing your jet pump. This era of the 215 and 255, like GTX, RXTX, that era, had kind of a weird pump design compared to almost everything else out there, so there's not a lot of information about taking those pumps apart. I'm going to give you a hand today so you at least have a shot at getting this done. Trust me, it looks daunting, but it's really not that hard. So let's dive in, and I will take you step by step on getting your jet pump removed, so you can either clear a jam, put on a new impeller, maybe you need a new wear ring, or maybe you bought the used ski and you just want to make sure the nose cone still has all the grease in it and not full of water. Here are the tools that you'll need to complete this project. 10mm socket and wrench, 13mm wrench, 13mm socket, extension, and driver, needle nose pliers, side cutters, and a 1/4" nut driver. You're going to need to start on top of the ski. First hit your red button to wake the ski up. Then insert your lanyard with the key. Once woken up, hit the mode button. Keep hitting the mode button until you see settings on the screen. Using the up and down arrow, click up and down until you see IBR override and hit the set button. That'll bring you to override off. Click the up and down arrow until it says override on, and then click set. Come back to your VTS button and click it up until you see on your VTS that it is all the way up. Once it's all the way up, remove your key. If you were successful, your IBR and the bucket should be in the up position. If it's not, and this bucket is still down, start over, go through the steps again, and try it until you do succeed. Once you've gotten the IBR bucket in the right position, that's up. Open the back hatch, pull out the bucket, and with a Phillips head screwdriver, disconnect your battery. That way there's no chance the IBR kicks back in while you're working on the ski. Some people will choose to disconnect just the positive or just the negative, but it only takes a second to disconnect both, and then you're sure you won't get an arc or any connection to your battery. Put your screws back in so you don't lose them and have to go fishing for them in the bottom of the ski. Not fun. Once your battery is disconnected, we'll move to the back of the boat and start disconnecting the pump. Start by removing the steering linkage nut and bolt. You'll need a 10mm wrench, and a 10mm socket. Once removed, set aside. Next, using a 13mm socket or wrench, we have 5 bolts to get out. It's deep and dark in here, so I'll try to point them out. This first one does not need to come out. The second one in, and those two right up there do come out. On the right hand side, this first one does not need to come out. The second one in does, and also that third one in needs to come out. Using a pair of pliers, pull out the nut, washer, and through bushing all together if you can. Once again, try to pull out the bolt, the washer, and the through bushing all in one piece. If one of the through bushings stays in there, you can pull it out with a pair of needle nose pliers usually. Remove your final nut, your final bolt. And pull the entire bracket and bucket out of the way. Look at the rock that's behind this pump. No good at all. Next, depending on what secures the two lower hoses to the pump, either cut the zip ties off or unscrew the clamp. This one has zip ties on it. Be careful not to cut the hose. Then with a pair of pliers, gently pull the hoses off the nozzles. Next, using a 13 mil, pull off the 4 bolts that hold the pump in. Do not take the bolts off the back side. Those are set at factory and need to remain there. Then, using a 1/4-inch nut driver, unscrew the worm clamp from the hose. Loosen the hose from the pump. Then, pull the pump straight out. Depending on how long it's been on there, it can be a little difficult. Congratulations. Just like that, you have pulled your own pump out. Now that's what the backside of your pump looks like. As you can see, a little bit of rock damage in this one, which is sad considering it lasted about 5 minutes after it was already replaced. Important note, make sure your little protector for the drive shaft comes out with it. If not, you'll have to go fetch it deep inside the hole. As was mentioned before, make sure you do not touch these nuts, these bolts. Hopefully this video gave you the information that you needed to complete the job on your own. Feels a lot better than paying somebody a bunch of money to do it for you, doesn't it? I'm not gonna lie, putting it in is just a little bit trickier than taking it out because it can be complicated to get the bracket and the IBR bucket back into place. It's not impossible though. I'll try to get a video of it when it goes back in, but it will be a while because that impeller is going out for repair. Might not be till next spring. thank you for watching this all the way through. In the comments, let me know if there's any questions you have, and I'll try to get back to them. Have a great day, guys.